Welcome to the Institute of Self-Awareness with Helen and Larry Borth. We are doing our Aura Wellness series on Larry's Nature of Aura book.
And this time our talk is going to be about carrying baggage.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Yeah, and this drawing is of an actual person that years ago came to class. He still quite comes around, and he's a whole lot better than this nowadays. And he has his new bags, but at least he's not carrying as many bags as this.
And the older ones seem to be heavier than the newer ones that are created.
Yeah, you know, especially when we have such issues with our family or our job. You know, like religion is always the big one, and mostly it's with relationships. You know, so many people carry an idea, you know, probably because what we see on the TV and in movies, what a mate or a relationship should look like, you know, and everybody looks like they just got, you know, off of a Hollywood set screen or something, you know, and that's not how life is. And when you carry such an image of my partner should look like this, sound like that, you know, look like Denzel Washington or whoever is, you know, it's a famous.
What
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, you know, I don't know, you know, or Harrison Ford, I don't know. It's,
Stop names.
Yeah.
Right.
But you know, because I've seen this, that you have this image of a relationship or a partner that should look and sound and all that's it should be like this. That when you have that bag of on relationships, that somebody could be sitting right next to you and could be perfect, but you will never see them. Never.
I have a good example. I have someone in class that is caught up with her daughter, who's not, probably in the 20s, but just cannot let it go. That if that daughter doesn't ask her to come to something or go out to eat or have a birthday party or whatever, she is got the biggest heavy bag. It seems like it's on her head and covers everything up of her logical thinking.
Mm-hmm.
She's just beginning to see that that's a pattern.
Yeah.
And it's going to make her feel so much better if she can see that she has to stand her own ground.
You know, and we talk a lot about, you know, wellness through almost all of what we do, regardless if it's our thought class or Reiki or
And
any
you
of the.
know why? Because every thought is a frequency. And I always ask, if you have the thought and it's a vibration only, where does it go? And everybody looks at me like, where does it go? Right in your aura.
Yeah. And then it works like this. It's say a job. My job sucks. My job sucks. And here, every time you say that, you're creating the bag. You're creating this big vortex of energy. No, my boss is terrible. He doesn't know what he's doing. He just can't make a right decision. All these thoughts add to this bag. And I should go in and tell him what I think, but that never happens. You know, and my coworkers just don't know what they're doing. It's just such a terrible, terrible place to work. The energy, it's not the energy of the work. It's the energy of the person that's bad.
And then not even the energy of the person, the energy of the thought.
It's the thought. You know, it should be different. It should look like this. You know, my job should be free and clear and oh, this wonderful, huggy, lovey. No, it ain't like that. But when you have that reoccurring thought over and over again, a job, a family, relationship, over again, that it should be something different than it is. It creates these bags. And literally I've seen it take somebody's physical body and they have, and we know who I'm talking about here. In the past, it took him and made him walk with a severe lean forward because he was carrying so much like a huge backpack on his back where he couldn't straighten out. and I've seen some other people that recently that have something similar in their thought patterns, and their weight, physically their weight is all hanging in front because of their thoughts of, I gotta get out of here, I've gotta retire, or something to that effect. That bag not only is created in energy, but it's taking and physically forming a bag on the physical body of a huge stomach or something else. Do you want to read that one statement there?
Okay, this is out of the book.
Don't know what.
It says, a person with many bags of different sizes and weights has no energy left for true insight, spontaneity, or creativity.
Because it's all spent in thoughts of their bags. And so the creativity, there's no room for that, and spontaneity and freedom, that your body is weighted down. Now, in the couple of videos from now, we'll be talking about some of the uplifting and video auras that are bright, but you can't get there unless you're willing to let go of some of these bags. And it's the willingness to let go of these bags on relationships, jobs, and ease your thinking up. And it isn't easy. And that's why we created the thought class, to help give people pointers and ideas how to take those thoughts and ease up on them.
And that's the secret of the whole game, is to realize that you have conditioning. And you're living from the conditioning, but that's all another thing.
Yeah, and all those
but
bags.
That's what the bags are made up of.
It could be, because your mother said, we are a certain religion, and this is how you practice it. This is what you do, and now you're rebelling against it, creating first you got a bag of religion, now you got a bag of against it. Then the bag of my job and whatever else. And if those aren't eased up, your energy is very tight, very small. Because if I go back to that drawing, the energy field is right there, right in front of him. If he stuck his arm out, his arm would be out of the energy field. Because he doesn't have much, because all of his energy is tied up in these bags.
So we welcome everybody to even come into the lift class.
The thought, shift and lift.
Shift and lift. That first they'll start shifting those conditions, those bags will
Right.
start to shift and melt their contents, and then you lift yourself into the higher frequency. And we'll get to those
Yeah, we get to those slides.
conscious too.
Okay.
But for now, we're fine.
Yes. And again, we're the Institute of Self-Awareness, and have a good evening.
And if you're interested in purchasing Larry's book, you can go to his website at aurainsight.com
.org.
or .org, I'm sorry, and
No.
look to purchase one of his books. Thank you.